best of luck to Limerick in the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship and to Captain Declan Hannon, our Mazda brand ambassador from Lucy Motors Charleville.
When you look back on the recent All-Ireland finals involving Limerick, obviously, it's nearly always your best performance of the year. Can you put that down to anything or just clicks on the day?
I can't put it down to anything in particular, to be honest. I suppose it's just our preparation has probably been really, really good over the last number of years for the All-Ireland finals, and like last year I suppose was probably one of our best performances over any of the years against Cork. It just, as you said, it all just kind of clicked on the day. But look, a lot of hard work goes into preparing for an All-Ireland final or for any of the games, and look, on any given day it can all click, or at times 3 out of the 5 parts can click and you're struggling with the other 2, but it's just, I suppose, about getting stuck in and getting on with it and trying to work really, really hard to make the other 2 click for a finish. But look, hopefully Sunday week we'll arrive in the best shape we can and give it a right lash.
Obviously Kilkenny have kind of changed their style, and a lot of that will come down to, I suppose, Richie Reid at 6, your position. Have you noticed a change in the role of centre-back since you moved back there 5 or 6 years ago?
I suppose it's a small bit, but sure, every team is different. Like, every team uses their players as different weapons, I suppose. Some sit way back, some push up. Look, all we can do is kind of focus on ourselves, I suppose, get ready as best we can, try and implement our game plan on the game and just see where that takes us.
Declan, I suppose, I said to John earlier, you have been meeting Kilkenny since 2019 in any competition, in any competitive hurling game at all. It's quite extraordinary for 2 of the top hurling counties to have been not beating. And does that have any bearing when you go out on Sunday, even though you've been watching one another on television, but you've never actually faced one another inside the white lines?
Yeah, it's true, yeah. I think of it like that, to be honest, but I don't think it'll have any bearing on Sunday. I mean, every game kind of takes on a life of its own, and I'm sure Kilkenny are preparing, as well as we are, and no doubt it'll be a fantastic occasion, and the 2 teams are going to go at it from the start. But yeah, it's funny, I suppose we haven't met since 2019, and a lot of people will be talking about that, but that's 3 years ago now at this stage as well, and a lot has changed since then as well, and there's different groups of panels of players involved, and it's going to be a totally different game.
In terms of, you're going for 3 in a row, is that being talked about? You could be the captain for 3 in a row. It would be a huge honour for you personally and for the county. Is that relevant going in on Sunday week?
It hasn't been discussed at all, to be honest. I mean, with the round robin system back this year, we were so caught up in trying to get ready for all of those games. They came so quickly that we hadn't time to be looking too far ahead, to be honest with you. I know it's boring, but it really is game on game, and you just have to prepare for each game as best you can, and there just hasn't been any talk of 3 in a row in the Limerick camp anyway now.
In terms of your own views of Kilkenny, again, you didn't see them up front, you saw them on television. What have you made of Kilkenny? Because going into the Leinster final, they were possibly on 3 losses, and suddenly things have improved considerably. Well, what have you made of Kilkenny yourself?
Sure, they're brilliant. A lot of teams have learned from Kilkenny over the last number of years as well, and how they work in every single game they play. There's never an easy ball in the opposition gate off a Kilkenny player. They're so skillful, physically very, very strong. Read the game really well, use the ball really well. They're just, I suppose, they're the full article really, and for us to be able to compete with them at all, we're going to have to be at our very, very best.
It's probably fair to say that Kilkenny have learned from Limerick in the style of play, to just allude to the question a moment ago, and Kilkenny have been working on that. Not that successful maybe earlier in the year, but maybe getting a bit better. But that's a fair tribute to yourself, that the style that hurling has evolved is very much down to Limerick, and that probably is at the heart of why you've been so successful in recent years.
Yeah, maybe teams are looking at Limerick and trying to replicate it, but again, we can only kind of focus on ourselves and try and implement the game plan we want to implement. And it's when John and Paul came in, I suppose, in 2017, it takes time for these game plans to kind of click, I suppose we're just probably comfortable with the way we play the game at the minute, and have great confidence in whoever's on the pitch to implement that game plan as best they can as well. But yeah, look, it takes time though. It really did.